How is it that even with sufficient sleep and without overexerting ourselves, we can still wake up feeling tired? In this video, I'll discuss the primary causes of chronic fatigue and strategies to combat it. It's important to note that while YouTube videos can provide information, they are not a substitute for professional medical advice. If you've been experiencing persistent fatigue, it's essential to consult with a healthcare professional. The advent of the internet, computers, and modern technology has significantly changed our work and leisure habits. In the past, physical labor was predominant, and relaxation simply meant resting and recovering on the couch. However, this approach is no longer effective in today's world. Spending an entire day on the couch often doesn't alleviate fatigue. Instead, it can leave you feeling even more tired. This can lead to feelings of guilt, thinking, "I've wasted the day. I haven't accomplished anything useful." If getting enough sleep and staying in bed doesn't help you feel more alert, consider incorporating physical activity into your routine. Surprisingly, exercise can be a powerful tool for combating fatigue. Studies indicate that regular exercise can lead to a noticeable increase in energy levels after about 6 weeks. It's important to note that you don't have to become a gym enthusiast. If lifting weights isn't your thing, don't force yourself. Instead, explore activities like running, football, yoga, martial arts, or Pilates. The key is to find an activity that you enjoy and can sustain over time, as forcing yourself to do something you dislike is unlikely to be sustainable. Additionally, regular physical activity has been shown to improve sleep quality, which is essential for effective rest, as discussed in a previous video. If none of the activities mentioned appeal to you, such as running or hula hooping, you might consider turning to coffee for a quick energy boost, as caffeine is a stimulant. However, it's important to note that while coffee can provide a temporary energy boost, it may not be the healthiest option. Research suggests that caffeine can actually increase feelings of fatigue, particularly in those who are not regular consumers. Instead of relying on caffeine, it's advisable to pay attention to your hydration levels. A simple trick is to check the color of your urine. If it's dark, it's a sign that you need to drink more water. This method can be especially useful for those who don't always notice when they're thirsty. There's no need to track a specific amount of water intake, like the often recommended 2.5 liters per day. Simply listen to your body's signals. Alcohol is another factor to consider. While it may help you fall asleep faster, it can disrupt the quality of your sleep, leading to more frequent awakenings and less time spent in deep sleep. Recent research suggests that any amount of alcohol can have negative effects on health, debunking the idea that there is a safe dose or that certain types of alcohol, like red wine, are beneficial. Fatigue can also be linked to your emotional well-being, with anxiety being particularly detrimental to your energy levels. Fatigue is a common symptom of anxiety disorders, often accompanying depression, which can also contribute to both physical and emotional exhaustion. In such cases, advice like, "Pull yourself together," from friends or family members may not be helpful and could even exacerbate the situation. If you suspect you may be experiencing depression or an anxiety disorder, it's important to seek help from a psychiatrist. Psychiatrists are qualified to prescribe medication, and seeking help does not mean you'll be placed on any sort of registry. It's time to dispel these myths and stereotypes surrounding mental health. Another myth regarding fatigue revolves around the idea that taking a multivitamin can solve the issue. However, for most people, this is unlikely to be the case. A balanced diet typically provides us with all the necessary nutrients, and there is no need for additional supplements in most cases. While some argue that modern food lacks essential nutrients, the key is to maintain a varied diet rich in vegetables, fruits, and grains. Excessive reliance on supplements can potentially do more harm than good, especially if taken in large quantities and for extended periods. Instead of spending money on supplements, invest in high-quality foods. There are exceptions, such as individuals with a vitamin D deficiency, which is common, especially in winter. In such cases, supplementation may be beneficial, but it's crucial to consult with a healthcare professional and undergo testing to confirm the deficiency. Additionally, women planning a pregnancy are often advised to take folic acid, vitamin B9 supplements. Let's revisit the topic of rest once more. It seems that we've lost sight of how to truly rest effectively. Many of us spend our days working at computers and unwind in front of screens, be it the TV or our phones. However, this type of relaxation isn't conducive to proper recovery. Office workers especially could benefit from spending more time outdoors, such as taking walks in parks, as being in nature can help restore energy levels. Watching TV series in the evening may be entertaining, but it doesn't constitute genuine rest. Rather, it's a form of stimulation that can actually drain our energy. Try to incorporate more walks into your routine, even if it means going alone. You'll likely notice a significant improvement in how you feel in a short period. Additionally, consider taking occasional breaks from information consumption. The constant bombardment of information can lead to feelings of depletion, often without us even realizing it. I understand that it can be challenging, as our gadgets provide us with instant gratification through dopamine release. However, when fatigue sets in, temporarily stepping away from information overload may be the best solution. Lastly, I want to mention an article in Time magazine from September. The author, Brad Stulberg, discusses why many of us constantly feel tired. Interestingly, from July to September 2021, Google searches for "Why am I always tired?" reached an all-time high. This trend isn't solely due to the prolonged pandemic or societal issues. It's also attributed to a shift from joyful anticipation to anxiety. How does this happen? We often find ourselves bored and turn to the internet, only to be met with news that tends to provoke anxiety, such as concerning the virus, politics, or tragedies. This constant exposure to negative news contributes to a state of anxiety. We're lacking sources of positive and energizing excitement, replacing them instead with negative and draining sources of worry. Brad suggests 3 actions to take. Firstly, when you find yourself mindlessly scrolling through your feed, pause and ask yourself, "Why am I doing this?" Resist the vague anxiety of missing out on something important. Secondly, incorporate positive and stimulating activities into your life. Just as physical fatigue diminishes with movement, psychological fatigue can be alleviated by engaging in active pursuits. Seek out activities that captivate and energize you. Thirdly, practice patience. Acknowledge that the current state of the world may be challenging, but it is temporary. Your fatigue will also dissipate in time. Remember, everything will be okay. Let's recap the key points. 1. Incorporate enjoyable physical activities into your routine to stay consistent. 2. Limit consumption of coffee and alcohol and stay hydrated with water. 3. Monitor your emotional well-being with the help of a specialist if needed. 4. Maintain a diverse diet and consider vitamin supplements only after testing. 5. Spend time in nature, alone or with loved ones. 6. Take breaks from information overload. 7. Engage in hobbies that captivate your interest. 8. Maintain a consistent sleep schedule for quality rest. 9. Practice meditation or breathing exercises to reduce stress and anxiety. 10. Surround yourself with positivity and engaging activities. 11. Seek help from a therapist or doctor if necessary. 12. Take regular short breaks during the day to recharge. 13. Review and prioritize your tasks and learn to say no when needed. 14. Practice gratitude and positive thinking to improve well-being. Remember, overcoming chronic fatigue is a gradual process that requires patience and consistent effort. Stay positive and you will find ways to regain your energy and vitality.